In our first episode of this Minecraft MOC world, we built a small 4x8 beach to start off with, followed by an ocean cave build to go underneath it. Last episode we built a dripstone cave, but now we need something to go on top of that. So we're returning to the overworld. My plans were originally to build a forest module that was going to go on top of this, until I realized I have about as many green tiles as I need to build a single oak tree. So we're going to go with a different plan today, and since I found a bunch of white tiles, we're going to build a snowy plains. This is going to be our biggest module yet, and while snowy plains are relatively flat and uneventful, I'm going to try to make it more interesting. So, with what I have planned, I think you're going to like this build. So, let's get started. When I started this build, I was going to do another 4x8 block module, but then I decided to double that and make it a full quarter chunk, which is 16x16 studs or 8x8 blocks in game. Now I need to build up this terrain so that it matches the terrain of the beach module, so that means building it up a little higher. And then putting in some supports at the bottom so that it stays together, because that would be annoying if it didn't. Alright, now it's time to add the snow plates, because snow stands one plate taller than everything else. So I just have to layer some white plates on top. If you didn't know, putting top snow on grass actually changes the texture of the grass block and it makes it a snow block, so there isn't going to be any green on this grass. Which thankfully means I don't have to spend a bunch of time looking for sand green tiles, because the grass color in snowy plains is technically sand green, and the grass that I will be putting here is part of that plains that comes right off of the beach, so that will be normal green, which I do have a bit of. And now for the best part of building these modules. Time to tile it off. Now we can add some tall grass to this build, and luckily tall grass shoots right through top snow, so we don't even have to worry about sand green here. Time to add some life and mobs to this build, so I'm going to put down a crafting table, the baby rabbit from the rabbit ranch on the beach section, and the tamer character from that same set working on the crafting table. And of course, we have to add our favorite snowy mob, the stray. Well, this module looks complete, but I don't know about you, it kind of looks a little boring. It's just kind of a flat, snowy plain, so I wanted to add something to it. This is going to be my spruce fence model, and it's basically just reddish-brown 1x1 with some studs on top and bottom, and I built this village lamppost stand. Who knows, it may be a premonition of a snowy village in the works, and I managed to dig up the piece of resistance, one sand green jumper. Let's add this to the back of our build. Ah yes, this looks much better. The little lamppost stand at the back of this build gives this little module some more interest. And now it's time for the other best part of these modules, adding it to the rest of the world. So we get to connect this to the beach, and I think that makes a really seamless transition from beach to snowy plains. And now we can do the underground modules. So before we do that, however, we need to work on the dripstone cave, because now that we have something to go on top of it, it kind of needs a roof. So we'll get to that in a minute. First, I'm going to add a torch, and I'm going to make a scarier thing than a creeper in here, a baby zombie. And I'm going to put Steve back in, running from this baby zombie, because we all do. And here is the roof. So basically, I just built the roof, and it's going to go upside down. That way I don't have to find a bunch of inverted tiles and stuff like that. I can just put it right through there and it slots nice and neatly in. And now we can put our above ground modules above the caves. And there is our completed world as it stands right now. It isn't very big, but it definitely looks way more interesting and complete with that Snowy Plains module on top of the dripstone cave. The next step obviously would be to get some more tiles, and I managed to get a few more, so more modules in the making, but for now, that's it. I hope you liked this new addition to the series. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.